In 3, 2, 1. Yes. Oh, great. It froze again. I don't believe this, man. I got to test this before I play it again. Oh, my God. Why does it do? Welcome, everybody, to another edition episode of the Jerry Torres program here on Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker FM, and among other affiliate shows. Welcome, everybody. I'm also on StreamYard. Yes, you can check me out on StreamYard. You can get on Facebook or YouTube. You put it on your YouTube channel. StreamYard is really good, so I'm going on live. I was trying to put it on TikTok live, but I don't know. It's never recorded, But anyway, I'd like to thank one and all everybody that's here. I'm not going to play the intro again. No, it messed me up. It screwed up my chi and my focus. I'm mad. I'm mad, I'm mad, I'm mad, I'm mad. But I could play this. Oh, crap. I could play this. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my God, my fake audience. Thank you so much. How they love me. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Anyway. And normally I would play music in the background, which I will right now. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Something light, something sweet. All right. Anyway, so here I am, another glorious day. I thought I had a I thought I had a dentist appointment, which I don't. It turns out that I have it on the 29th, not on the 22nd. So I was like, great. Then I canceled my auto appointment because the check engine light didn't come up in 2 weeks. I was like, okay, well, they fixed the problem. So I had to cancel that. But at least I went to get my hair cut, and after I get my hair cut, I managed to come home and make and start cutting my grass. And also, finally, there was a tree that fell in my backyard last year, and I was relieved that I finally cut it. I purchased a brand new chainsaw. Yes. Oh, great. What the hell, man? I thought I had it right here. Here we go. Yeah. Anyway, so this is my brand new chainsaw, and I finally cut a piece of that log. Now there's a walkway, and here was the freaky thing about it. That thing was mutating. It was growing the vines in the ground, which made it difficult for me to really pull it out because the roots, it was growing like the roots and the vines were growing in the ground. I was like, oh, great. So I had to find some really strong hedge clippers, clip off these damn vines. And then after that, finally, I used my new chainsaw and I finally cut it and cut a huge piece of it and threw it out in my backyard. I didn't feel like, screw this, man. And it was an electric chainsaw. Yeah, it was an electric chainsaw. Finally, I cut it, used it. It was really cool. It was Skills, Skil, Skills. So now a piece of that log is out. Now there's a walkway, and oof, I felt so relieved after a year. Excuse me, people. I just burp. Anyway, so after all that, I finally did that with my new chainsaw. Okay, knock it off. Anyway. What? So then I came inside, made a light lunch, took a nap. I really needed a nap. Good Lord. Hold on, man. There we go. So I finally took a nice nap. And I got up and I just said, man, I got to start writing. I got to start, I'm going to do my podcast. So I said, you know what? Let me do my podcast, get it out of the way. Because now that I'm on StreamYard and on Anchor FM, so now you can catch me on both venues right now. Because I thought about, like I said, I thought about doing it on TikTok Live, but it doesn't record it, doesn't keep it. So I still want to interview someone from TikTok. I have a feeling it's Sweetie 50. I'm not going to do TikTok shout outs today, but I want to interview Sweetie Five Way, but my main focus is to interview the blonde chef. Yes, she's great, man. I want to interview her. So that's going to happen real soon. Anyway, so as always on my podcast and always on my program, as I always say, there is no bad news, no sad news, no politics, no religion, just good, happy, fun stuff. Yeah. Why, thank you. Oh my God. I do work out. Anyway, so I keep it simple on my show. So let's all start to begin. The good news. Yes, and the good news is guilty, guilty, guilty. Derek Chauvin, or it's going to be known as somebody's bitch, and he is going to jail. Yes, 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 yes. He is in jail. What am I talking about? He is in jail, and it's he's going to be somebody's bitch in there. That's right. He's going to be squealing. That's right. Anyway, so I can't believe like they try. I'm going to talk about it later on, but it's guilty on all three. He's could be in 8 weeks. He's going to find out his verdict. But a lot of the defense, a lot of these legal experts are saying he's looking at 40 years in prison. So it's great. And his ex-wife is so hot. I'm trying to get her number so I can ask her out. You know, and write him a nice letter to him saying thank you. that I'm banging your ex-wife. Anyway, uh, so um, it was a great feeling for everybody, not just Black Lives Matter, but for Hispanics, for Asians, for everyone of color and nationality. It is a great moment that finally, um, you know, that they found this guy guilty. He committed a crime. He committed murder. And if it was a civilian putting his knee on his neck, oh my goodness, immediate prison, throw him in state prison, whatever. But this was a cop, a white cop, who killed a man just thinking he would show power, and everyone tried to help, and everyone saw the case, and this guy showed no remorse when they read the verdict, nothing. And he had when they tried to like make bail and they tried to get him out, the probation judge was like, hell no, man, you're gonna be somebody's bitch. So, and he had his lawyer's number on his hand, but there's going to be a tattoo on his lower back. It's going to read "Lucky You," So I'm going to talk about it later on, but that is the greatest news in the world for everybody to hear. He's guilty, 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 and now it'll wake up all police officers from here on out. The ones that think they're tough, the ones that think they're bullied. And I'm not saying all cops are. I'm friends with two of them. Three actually, two. I don't know. But I'll go talk about that later on the podcast. All right. That's not going to be the main focus because I mix it up on my show. All right. Anyway, all right, people. So let us continue, and I could continue to talk about it later on. All right. I must spit something out, people. There you go. And no, it wasn't me. Anyway, so let us continue on. All right, people, let's go now into the world of food. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Here we go. Let's go to the world of food.
Make me a sandwich.
All right, people. Now, like I normally talk about on my show, oh my God. There we go.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm fine,
Oh, you were finished.
No, I was not finished. I'm still continuing on, Sam. All right, can you give me a chance?
Shut the fuck up, fat man.
I'm not fat, dude. What the hell?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
These are the new soundboards that I have. So and I'm gonna continue on,
Yes. Is Jerry there, please?
Yes, I'm right here. I'm live.
Is Jerry there, please?
Oh my God.
Hello?
Never mind. All right. So let's continue on to the world of food, ladies and gentlemen.
Make me a sandwich.
All right, people. I got soundboard of Joe Pesci, Samuel L. Jackson, Robert De Niro. Okay, I'm trying to download more soundboards. Okay, so let us continue, people. All right. So now, oops, what the hell was that? So your food of the week is a food that I love, and I made a nice breakfast this morning. It is the burrito. That's right. That is your food of the week. It is the burrito. I love the burrito. I had a burrito for breakfast with 2 fried eggs on top and cheese, which is not healthy, but I like to create things, new stuff. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad with the beans and the beef and the spice. And then I threw the egg, the cheddar cheese on top. And then I put 2 fried eggs. And yeah, it was really good. I loved it. But then all of a sudden I checked out there was different variation. I'm not talking about Taco Bell burritos. I'm talking about burritos. Like the Greeks have something called a gyro. It's the Greek Mexican version of it. And when you make, and Chipotle is the same thing, it's a different name. I don't know. But they got so many. But a burrito, a really good made burrito. Like I'm talking about with beans, beef, rice, cheese, avocado, lettuce, tomato, onions, like all packed in one roll can be fulfilling. Oh my goodness. Like they got the chimichanga, they got bacon burritos, they got beef, chicken, what else? They got lamb. Yeah, they got lamb. Yeah, they do pretty much. I'm on Pinterest.com because that's pretty much where I get my ideas of what foods to talk about. So you can make a burrito on a skillet. You can make it in an oven. There's a flat tortilla. You can have the breakfast burrito with lettuce, egg. No lettuce. You can have your breakfast burrito with eggs, bacon. There's so many different variations, and McDonald's have one too. They're small. They're like hors d'oeuvres. It's not even considered a burrito. More like a cat turd rolled up in a tortilla. Ew, ew. That was disgusting. What I just said. Ew, ew, ew. Type this down. Don't ever talk about cat turds and burritos. All right, great. Exciting? All right. So let's continue on here, ladies and gentlemen. So that is pretty much, like I said, I love burritos if it's well made, if they're very well made. And I haven't had a really big burrito in so long. Oh my God. I remember I used to have like huge size, like hoagie side burritos one time. At one point in time, it was a place that used to make them. Then they went out of business, But I mean, they have the easy beef enchiladas and all that other stuff. The cheeseburger burrito, that's not bad. I had that once years ago. But that is your food of the week, the burrito. Yes. God damn it. Where the hell is it?
Make me a sandwich.
Okay. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to mix it up here today. All right. So let's go into the world of movies. Your movies recommendations. Movie recommendations, movies that I love to talk about. And I often, movies that people ask what kind of movies you recommend, because I love movies. I love watching movies. It's my getaway. It's my happy place. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Do you hear me loud and clear?
That's right. Anyway, so movies that I like to recommend people are like action, comedy, drama, classic, sports, westerns, science fiction, history. So the movie that I highly recommend, and it's a movie that I've seen maybe two or three times, but in its own way, it is classic. Classic to hold up its time, and a legendary actor is in it. And the movie that I'm talking about, and it talked about race in this movie too. The movie that I'm talking about is the 1943 classic war movie, Sahara, starring the legendary Humphrey Bogart. Now, you should see this movie. It is classic beyond its own. It's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 86% on the audience score. And this movie is great. It stars like Humphrey Bogart, Bruce Bennett, Rex Ingram. I mean, woof, Lloyd Bridges was in this film, and it's a war movie. Came out in 1943. It was directed by Zoltan Korda, and this is what the movie's about. All right. So it's set in the Libyan desert of 1942, where a group of American soldiers become isolated in their tank during the retreat of El Alamein. All right. As they drive across the desert, they pick up a group of Allied stragglers. But with the supplies of fuel, food, and water running low, they try to reach a desert fortress, but a large German detachment is also heading there. Now, for its time, they made a 1995 remake. It was okay, with Jim Belushi. It was all right, but this movie is they were fighting for water. That's what it does. I mean, these Allied forces find this. These allies, the Americans and the Allies, they find this fortress, and there was water. Yeah, so they were fighting for it because the Germans wanted this water. Everybody, but they were defending their ground because they knew what was going to happen. And there was a scene in the movie that I love. Um, it talked about race. Now, back in those days, race was pretty tight, pretty scary. Back in 1943, it was a topic that was kind of scary. But there was a scene in the movie with Bruce Bennett and Rex Ingram. There was a scene where they were both talking, and Rex Ingram played a African soldier, Sergeant Major Tambul, and Bruce Bennett played Waco Hoyt. And they were both talking. They were both talking about race. How, and Bruce Bennett said to him, maybe one day, uh, if I remember the scene, he was like, maybe black people can go in buses and restaurants, and we can talk side by side without anybody judging. And Rex Ingram was like, maybe in Texas that'll happen, but not in our lifetime. But it was a very great scene in that movie. It was very moving, very well acted, and it was a very compassionate scene for its time, between two men of different races, and we're talking about how one day we will all get along and show peace. I love that scene. That was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And other than that, this movie is an hour and 37 minutes long. It is a war movie. It's English, and it's also not English like, hey, my goodness, it's Humphrey Bogart. No, no. But it's very well done, and it was nominated for Oscars. So I highly recommend this movie. I saw this movie like three times on Turn to Classic Movie. They never show it on any other venue. Like, you got to download it. Like, okay, to watch this movie, let me see here. I'm going down right now. That doesn't sound right. Okay. To see, oh my goodness gracious. Okay, let me go up. I don't believe this, man. Things are going my way. All right. If you want to see this movie, you can rent it on Fandango now, Vudu, or Prime Video, rent or buy. Yes. So that is your movie of the week, the 1943 classic, or also you can get it on Apple TV. There you go. I didn't notice it was on there too. So that is your movie of the week, the 1943 war classic Sahara, starring Humphrey Bogart, and it's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is a movie that I highly recommend. All right, people. This could begin to continue. All right. So now let's go to the world of vehicles. Vehicles that I'm talking about, vehicles that I've seen in movies and TV shows, but nobody ever talks about, rarely talks about. Like the Kit from Knight Rider, the A-Team van, the Ferrari, the Spider from Miami Vice. When I talk about vehicles that are like real, I changed it up. I want to talk about Battlestar Galactica. I just messed up the intro. I just want to talk about science fiction stuff right now. So hold on, I'm going to picture here. Oh my goodness, why does it take forever to delete? There we go. I don't believe this. Why does it take? Okay, from here on out. Uh, this is ridiculous. There you go. All right. So I talk about science fiction now. It used to be vehicles, motorcycles, cars, and all that stuff. So now I'm mixing it up. So your vehicle of the week is the Cylon ship from the TV show Battlestar Galactica. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now I was going to talk about the Battlestar Galactica spaceship alone, but you know, um it now the new I'm talking about the older version from the 70s. That's the one I want to talk about. It is incredible, it's awesome looking. It looks like a oval shaped disc, you know, and it's incredibly well made. It's a Cylon ship. And if I only had more information, which I should have typed up, but I did not. Ugh, goodness gracious, man. Anyway, it it's a Battlestar Galactica ship that the Cylons used to fly around. It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. That is your ship of the week, the Cylon ship there. Because I'm trying to find information on Pinterest. It's not learning me. Oh my goodness. There you go. The Cylon Raider. Thank you so much. Delayed Pinterest. That's what it's called. The Cylon Raider. All right. It is really cool. It is really awesome from 1978, the version from 78. I'm not talking about the new one, I'm talking about the older one. But it's called the Cylon Raider. Yes, it is. Most of these collectors have the original ones, the toys from the movie. I've seen one at these toy collector stores where I go. But it's missing pieces. That's why I'm not buying it. And so maybe I'll come across, I'll buy it one day, put it on my desk, and more the tchotchkes that I'm putting up on my desk around me. But that is a really cool ship. I love it. So check it out. That is your vehicle of the week. It is the 1978 television classic TV show Battlestar Galactica, the Cylon Raider. Yes. And if I had time, I would have played the sound effect that sound what it sounded like. Maybe next time with the vehicle that I use. All right, let's go to the world of sports, people. UFC, there's a lot of UFC events happening. And I'm excited for that. Baseball's still good. Baseball, basketball holding up. Hockey is kind of holding up. So pretty much sports are getting tight, man. Now I was going to talk about who's winning, who's losing, but there's some people right now going back to watching sports again, so that's a good thing. Now, and I would go back talking about sports when full crowds are available to go back into the stadiums, all right, which will happen really soon. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to speed it up here because I really want to talk about what happened yesterday or the day before. Okay, so I'm going to try to speed it up. I'm going to go to your TKO Woman of the Week. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and please, I hope they play the song up right now. Well, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. It just played on time. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jerry Torres program Love TKO Woman of the Week. She is beautiful. She is extraordinarily talented. She appeared in so many great films. Where do I begin? She was on Broadway. She was in movies, TV shows. I mean, she won an Oscar, you know. Good Lord. This goes down to movies this movie was in. This woman was in. Movies was in. She was on 60 Minutes not too long ago. It was a great interview. She's married, has a beautiful family. And I've seen her once on a TV show, How to Get Away with Murder. I was background extra. I saw her. We made eye contact, and she said, "Where's my coffee?" Oh, you just background extra. I thought you were the gopher. I was like, no. And then I left crying. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she appeared in so many great films. Like I said, I'm keeping this short right now. But your love, TKO Woman of the Week, it is the lovely. Hold on, hold on, hold on. My drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. It is Viola Davis. Yes, congratulations, Miss Viola Davis. You are the love TKO Woman of the Week. Mm, she looked good. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, all right, back to the salsa. All right, here we go. All right, we put this down a bit. Okay. Um. So yes, I do have a comedy show coming up right now. Finally, on July 2nd at 8 p.m., I'll be performing at the Milton Theater in Milton, Delaware. It is a Latin comedy explosion. Finally, I have a real show because I've been doing a lot of open mics just to stay sharp, just to try out new material, and not only just to get out of the house, you know. And there's a couple places that are having open mics again, which is great. But they, got to follow the rules and regulations, the mask, 6 feet apart, so some of these places, are really strict. You're not wearing your mask, you're not following the rules, you're not wiping down the mic, whatever. You don't get on. And I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad they got to keep those rules strong and tight. So, other than that, I was really happy that I was going back and I was booked to do a real show thanks to my boy Keith Purnell. So again, I'll be performing July 2nd, 8 p.m. at the Milton Theater in Milton, Delaware. It's a beautiful theater. And check out I'll be go to miltontheater.com to find out more information to purchase your tickets or make reservations. Not only that, check the other up and coming shows that is happening right now. Now that everything is slowly reopening again, good Lord, they're having like great shows coming up, singers, dancers, also some small plays to be doing. So go to miltontheater.com to find out what's going on and purchase your tickets or make your reservations. Again, July 2nd at 8 p.m., I'll be performing at the Milton Theater with Peaches Rodriguez, Chica Loca, and hosted by my boy, DJ Keith Purnell. All right, people. All right. So, I did did the sports, did the food, did the good news. Okay. Yaka, yaka, yaka. All right. So, what the hell is this? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now let us talk about from what happened yesterday. Okay. Or the day before. I'm tired. I am. So the guilty verdict that happened a couple days ago when Derek the douchebag Chauvin or prison number 61448 or somebody's bitch. Let me see if I can. There we go. Or somebody's bitch. It was a great moment in history that a racist cop finally got what he deserved. Everybody's, well, he's not a racist. He's married an Asian woman. No, that doesn't mean nothing. He put his knee on a man's neck. The other three police officers just stood there. And if you've seen the case, it was a firewoman that tried to come in and help. But these douchebag cops wouldn't let them. And, And the man said I couldn't breathe. And now, you know, now he's in prison. And I bet you he's crying his eyes out, begging and really now feeling the tension. And now he's afraid. Because from what I hear about this prison, um, it is a heavily security prison. I mean, yowza. Um, it is it is from what I hear a very scary prison. He killed Derek Chauvin killed a good man, George Floyd, and he put his knee on his neck, man. What the hell? The man said I can't breathe, and he still had his knee for 9 minutes. Oh my God! It it is. If it was a regular, uh, you know, Joe Schmo, immediately, he would have been in jail, state prison, and then like finally, like 20 years later, they'll finally have a case. No, he was a cop. He was a white cop. And at the time, Adolf Trump, who controlled everything at the time, and him and his Nazi crew, uh, was like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm the president. If he tries not guilty, I'll get him off. Nah, not this time, you know? And douchebag Chabin. Oh, found out his wife, everybody. So she's single right now. So if anybody interested in dating Derek Chavin's wife, her name is Kelly Chauvin. She's really cute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's available, everybody. So you can send him pictures of dating his ex-wife now. Doggy style position, taking hot sex showers with her, and send them to him because I know he's going to be taking a shower not by himself. Barry Chain will probably be taking a shower with some big guy that he has to love. So anyway, so excuse me. So in the case with George Floyd, if it was last year this happened, the poor man everybody was going to say, oh, he's on drugs. Oh, the man did this. Oh, it's always those conspirator asshole jerk offs. Those defense other lawyers are saying, yes, but look at this and look at that. If you look at the tape, if you look at the video, 9 minutes, 28 seconds on his neck. Nobody was helping. The cops were pushing people away. The other three police officers could have protocol and superseded his rank, saying, stop, what you're doing is wrong. No, they just stood there and let it happen. Everybody tried to jump in. Everybody tried to move in. And this one, you know, douchebag, Chavin is now, he just wouldn't let nobody around. Like he really wanted this guy dead. With his knee on his neck, it's like, come on, dude. I'm not saying that, all cops are bad. They're not. I'm good friends with three of them. One is a state trooper, one is a detective, and the other one is a county sheriff. And they all go to my gym, you know. And I'll give their race. I'm not giving their names or their rank. They told me not to do that, and I'm going to honor that. But one is a black man. It's a very good friend of mine. And the other two, one is a Jewish, the other guy's Jewish, the other one is Hispanic. But they all go to my gym, and we shoot the breeze, we lift weights, sometimes they need someone to spot, and I hate that because I can't. Why would somebody that big bench press 400 pounds? Are they really expecting like a bat or a bus coming on the top of them? Ugh. You ever spot somebody to try to bench press 300 pounds? It's not all that. You know what I mean? But they all told me about this case. We were talking about this case, and we were all saying that, you know, that this cop is not a cop, that he broke rank, he broke protocol, he broke the code of honor. He really thought that, the guys in blue were going to protect them, the blue wall, the high ranking commissioner, whatever. And, he thought at the time Adolf Trump was going to get him off, and walk away scot free and clean. No, that did not happen. It was the same case with that retired police officer and his son killed a black man because he was just jogging. And then these corrupt lawyers tried to bury the case. And they were thinking, oh, he has great connections. Oh, he'll get off with a warning. No, they're both in jail and they're both racist. And now they're suffering the consequences. Just like this douchebag, Derek Chauvin, he is right now in prison, suffering, crying, tension, scared out of his mind, because he can't take a walk anywhere without protection. Even though, yes, they're separate, they keep him separated. But still, 9 out of 10, they get to people. You know what I mean? So this guy, from a person that works at a state prison, he will remain nameless, but he goes 9 out of 10. Oh, they get you. Oh, they will get you. Like, yeah, rape is one. Because all he has to do is someone just turn their head, or he has to make a wrong turn. You know what I mean? He's protected, but not well protected. Cameras are everywhere. Yeah, but I mean, what are you talking about? It's convicts, man. They beat them, they rape them, they shank them, they look the other way. And the only way to catch that person is through the cameras up on the wall. They're not, convicts don't snitch on each other. You don't snitch. But he's not safe. He's not protected. And I'm glad, because now he's thinking, now every police officer out there is thinking twice now. I guarantee they're probably all thinking twice, Oh, like that female cop, taser, taser, taser. No, you had a Glock, Glock, Glock in your hand. All right. You tell me you mistaken your taser. And I've talked about this before. Um, deaf, dumb, and blind. All right. What do you mean you thought that was a taser? That was a Glock you had. Other than that, it was a great moment for everybody in Minneapolis. Not just that, it was in the world, because we're tired of these police officers shooting innocent, unarmed people. I'm not saying black people, I'm saying people, and of course, a black man will get terrified when they get pulled over by the police. I get scared when I get pulled over. It was not too long ago I got pulled over by this young 22-year-old state trooper because I drive a black car with factory-made tinted windows. And he pulled me over because of that. I was like, man, don't you know there's somebody transporting cocaine? Somebody's being kidnapped in the back seat. Somebody, mob member got shot in the back seat, and you pulling me over because of tinted windows? Come on, man. There's some wacko serial killer out there with severed kitten heads, and you worried about my tinted windows? Why did I say kitten heads? I don't know. Anyway, so he stood there. He was like, yeah, you can't drive around in tinted windows. You have eye problems. I said, no, I don't have no eye problems. I think you have an eye problem because these windows are factory made, not made by me and not made by a garage. And I kept saying to him, listen, I have the papers of where this card was made. Time, year, where, okay? So you want to write me up a ticket for that, we'll go to court and I will win. You can't remove these windows. You have to take out the whole window itself because it's factory made. The tint is embedded in the window, in the glass. That's how it was made. And he looked at me like, well, you still can't drive around tinted windows. It's illegal unless you have eye vision. I was like, listen, man, my eyesight is fine. I'm just schooling you, letting you know how this car is. I can't just go to a lot and say, give me a vehicle with no tinted windows, please. That's what I really want. I want plain glass. No, I saw the car. I liked it. I bought it. I bought it because it looked cool, you know? So he looked at me, and next thing you know, he said, he gave me a warning ticket. I was like, man, dude, I gave it this to my lawyer. My lawyer laughed. I showed it this to my state trooper buddy. First thing he said was it a 22-year-old kid? This and this and this. I was like, yeah. Oh man, don't worry about him, man. He's trying to be like cop, super cop, you know. No, you did the right thing. You told him what's up. I was like, man, gave him a warning ticket. Like, I'm not taking these windows. Like, don't. I'm not. I thought he was gonna like mace me or take or tell me to get out of the car because I was being a wise ass with him. I wasn't. I was telling him the truth. I have the paperwork of this vehicle. The windows are tinted, factory made, plain and simple. Anyway, but now every police officer is going to think twice. They're going to think in the back. They're going to think of Derek Chauvin in their head now, eating rotten food, wearing an orange jumpsuit 24/7, looking at the same four walls, looking at dudes all day, worried about that Derek Chauvin's probably going down on a dude for a tube of toothpaste or soap. you know, can't make no phone calls, worried about this, worried about going here. He's not a cop no more. He's now a target in prison. They know where he is. He's terrified. He's scared. He's under like 24-hour suicide watch. This guy better not die. I want him to get his own. I want some big guy put a knee on his neck to let him know how it feels while somebody's banging him in the butt. How you like it, man? Huh? How you like it, Derek? Huh? You like that? You can't breathe? You can't breathe? That's all right. I'll help you breathe. Let me put this in here. That's what Derek James is going to be sounding like right now. He's probably crying his eyes out, asking for forgiveness. A little late for that. He's probably saying, hoping some white supremacy group's going to get him out of prison. It's not going to happen, dude. And I feel happy for the George Floyd family, his girlfriend, and everybody that were elated. And every Black American, every Black person in the world must feel relieved that finally justice was done. That finally somebody is getting what they deserve. You killed an innocent man, and you thinking the whole time that you were going to get away with it. No, the jury, said, "Nah, man, you guilty, bro. You committed. Oh, you all three. What were you expecting? You're not going to walk away from this. You expect me to chin up, thinking like, yeah, I got this, man. I'm a white cop. I can get away with this. No, 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 no. Through protests, through rioting, it's pretty much. I'm happy that now he's suffering, that Derek Chauvin is suffering, and how the Floyd family is right now saying that I know that they're relieved and God is watching over them. George is right there. I know they feel George, like with a big smile on his face. That justice is done. I'm not saying vengeance or revenge. I'm saying justice is done. And every police officer from here to Timbuktu, now they're going to think twice if they're going to accidentally shoot somebody, or they're going to accidentally use a chokehold, or they're going to accidentally be Mr. Tough Bully Cop. They're going to have Derek Chauvin in the back of their mind. Gee, I'm a boy. I'm a man in. Excuse me. I'm the men in blue. But if I kill this guy or beat him to death, I'll be the guy in orange. Yeah. So, and all I gotta say is Kelly Chauvin, everybody, is now single, officially single. So if you're interested, try to find her, try to date her, and send all your pictures and videos to Derek Chauvin, who's in the Minneapolis, state prison. So, but while he's going down on the dude, Derek Chauvin is probably down on the dude right now to wash his socks. Probably that's what's going to happen. Anyway, so to the Floyd family, I'm happy that justice was done. I'm happy everything that now this man is paying the ultimate price. That now history is made, and now we can all walk with relief, walk with happiness, and walk saying, we did it. Justice is done. We did it. The jury made their decision. And I loved it. This is what I love. After he was convicted, right? The lawyer was like, yo, hold up. We got white privilege, Your Honor. So I'm hoping he can pay bail. He could be on probation. Look at him. He's a white dude. Come on. Judge was like, hell no, man. No, he's gonna be reprimanded right now. No, man, gotta go. Sorry, I'm turning it down. No, you gotta go, man. Sorry. Wrote his phone number. The lawyer wrote his phone number on his hand. Then he grabbed another Sharpie. He wrote something on his lower back saying, lucky you, because that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I saw that tattoo in the back, Jared Chavin. Lucky you. Yeah, lucky me. All right. So, and when the judge denied all that, that made me feel so much better. I mean, because it's like, yo, white privilege ain't gonna happen no more, man. This is just the beginning of many great things to come for every racist white person out there, And he is a racist cop. But people are gonna say, but he married an Asian woman. Listen, he was a white cop that killed a great man, George Floyd, for 9 minutes and 28 seconds with his knee on his neck. The other police officers didn't do nothing. There were good Samaritans that tried to do something. And if you saw the video, and I'm sick and tired of these people saying, oh, no, look at the video. Look at the video. You see, he had it for at least 30 seconds, but it made it look like, I was like, shut up. All right? Don't give me your theories. Don't give me your conspiracies. Don't give me your thoughts of what happened, because the video says it all. All right? You saw what he did. And the jury made their decision, guilty on all 3 charges. There was a prosecutor they spoke to yesterday saying, yes, but the fact is that the law, if they see the video, right, the man was under drugs, he was under this, he was doing that. And I'm like, he tried to light a cigarette while he was down there. It was like, dude, stop. Good Lord, man. These professional forensic teams were saying, no, he died of asphyxiation. Yeah, but he still had his knee on his neck. Don't try to say it was drugs. Don't try to say it was alcohol. Don't try to say that, maybe it was the exhaust fumes. No. Oh my God. You're going to have those people saying, oh, this is what happened. So they're going to try to retry this case. No, they're going to try to retry nothing. Guilty on all 3. He committed murder. He's a racist cop. And he's in jail being somebody's bitch. And I really do hope. I'm not kidding when I say this. I really do hope that some big guy gets him, and some big guy put his knee on his neck or gives him a chokehold to let him know how it feels. What goes around comes around. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And I hope some big guy in jail puts a knee on his neck to let him know. Because enough is enough. To every police officer out there, like I said, there are some that are really cool. Like I said, I'm friends with 3 of them. God bless them, And, but there's these cops out there that think because I got a badge, I got a gun, I can control your life. No, no, you can't be controlling nobody's life. If a cop acts like that, all you got to say, yo, you want to be like Derek Chauvin? You know, say it right now. Go ahead, beat me, choke me, shoot me by accident. Derek Chavin's waiting for you, man. He needs a bitch. He needs his new cellmate. You know, because it's like I said. I'm not saying all cops are bad. There are some really great cops out there. But I'm talking about these young bucks that think they got muscles and they think they're inferior and they think like they're RoboCops. What are protect the innocent? you know, but it is about time. It is about time, man. I felt so good when I saw that verdict, and not only that, the day before I was feeling great, man. I was feeling great. Something inside of me made me happy. Something happened at work that made me real happy. You know, not that pretty girl that I like. She give me a second look. Anyway, but something happened at work, and then the rest of the day I was feeling so good. And then when I heard the verdict, I felt so. I was like, yes, yes. So now you're gonna have every cop thinking, should I pull him over? No, I don't want to be a Derek Chapin, man. I'll let him go. Let him go. But he has cocaine and cash and some weapons with suppressors on them. Now let him go. Let him go, man. He's cool. He's cool. um, but my heart, my happiness, I share my happiness with the Floyd family and to the people of Minneapolis. Thank you for not rioting. Thank you for not doing anything, especially people in Philly and across the United States that you all said your thoughts and prayers, that it was peaceful and that everybody was elated. Everybody was expressing their happiness. And I'm glad that justice is done. Derek Chavin's in prison being somebody's bitch now. Waiting. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that all in all, everything is A-OK in the world, man, because, woo, happy days are here again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing something here real quick. Um, I should have had it on. I got my TV up here. Why am I telling you this? Hold on. Anyway, so I got to do this. I got to do this. Give me 1 second. And this again. All right. All right. All right. Cool beans. There we go. All right. Let me pause this. There we go. Oops. I thought I had it. I thought I had it. All right. There we go. Now I got it on pause. All right. So, oh my goodness. I don't believe this. It's not pausing. There we go. Yeah. What's up? Anyway. So happy days are here again. The sky, the planets are aligned, the sun is shining, and you know, this is just the beginning of great things to come for everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is about my time for my show. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. Again, I'll be performing a comedy show July 2nd at the Milton Theater in Milton, Delaware. The Latin Explosion with Peaches Rodriguez, Chica Loca, and hosted by my boy, DJ Keith Purnell. Go to miltontheater.com to get your tickets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to find a cool song to end with, like I always do. Let me see, should I end it with? Let me see. E. All right, all right. Uh-huh. Oh my goodness, man. I don't believe this. I thought I had the song up here and I don't. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. All right, I'll play the original version of it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Oops. Oops. Ah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I like to say right now to everybody out there listening, whatever religious figure you believe in, may you be blessed. I bid you all a fondue. I'll be back next week. So again, everybody, I ask you all Please don't go changing. Sheila E. Love Bazaar. Please, baby, take me away.
Watch this episode from additional providers. Press the options button on the directional pad for more ways to watch.
Planet. What that mean? Humans can one day live there? Want a good night's sleep? New research on the one thing seniors should do before bedtime. And Survivor story. 84 days in the hospital. He beat COVID thanks to his iron will and his family's love. This is the CBS. Thank you for joining us. We're going to begin with breaking news on what could be a major development in the race to vaccinate millions of Americans. It now appears that the federal government could decide to resume use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine as early as tomorrow, allowing states to begin administering as many as 10 million doses that have been sitting unused since last week after the government told states to pause use of the vaccine. Now, CBS News has learned the decision will come after scientists advising the government meet an emergency session tomorrow. It's likely the FDA will require the vaccine include a warning that it can trigger a very rare blood clotting disorder. But the decision may already be too late to change public opinion as more and more appointments for shots go unfilled by people concerned about getting vaccinated. In the last week alone, the number of Americans getting vaccinated every day has dropped by more than 10% nationwide. Also tonight, the CDC director says her agency is looking into changing its guidance on masks, especially outdoors, and among people who have been vaccinated, as more scientists say the risk of transmitting the virus outside is minimal. CBS's Janet Shamlian is going to lead off our coverage tonight from a vaccination site in Houston, where there's news tonight on that Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Good evening, Janet. Nora, good evening. Tonight we are learning more about another case of blood clotting related to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, this time here in Texas. And it comes just one day before we are expecting a decision by federal officials on resuming the vaccine's use. Tonight, the CDC and the FDA are leaning towards resuming use of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine with a warning about blood clots.
I think too many people may be scared off by taking the vaccine. They shouldn't be, but perception is everything when it comes to vaccines.
A decision expected tomorrow, more than a week after the vaccine's distribution was paused following reports of rare but dangerous blood clots in 8 people under the age of 50. The Washington Post reports age restrictions are unlikely to be added. It comes as the fight against the coronavirus may have reached a crossroads. Long waits for shots are now giving way to empty vaccination sites, as vaccine supply is expected to soon outpace demand. Some mass vaccination sites are now allowing walk-ins and drive-ups for anyone.
We're about at the point where any American who wants to get a vaccine can get a vaccine. And that's what you need to get to that 80% threshold for when life can resume back to normal.
More than 135 million Americans, 40% of the population, have received at least one shot. But vaccinations are lagging in the Deep South and parts of the Midwest. Nationwide, an 11% week-over-week drop. Some areas are refusing vaccine shipments. More than 60 of the 105 counties in Kansas turned them down this week because they would go unused.
If you look at the lowest vaccination rates in the country right now, they're overwhelmingly red states. And I believe a lot of that is due to vaccine hesitancy and refusal among us. All the polls say conservative and Republican groups.
Amid COVID fatigue, the CDC says it will issue new guidelines soon on outdoor mask use. Experts like virologist Ben Newman still say, don't give the virus a chance.
What we're fighting here is basically a scorched earth battle. We are trying to take away all the food, sustenance, and comfort that this virus needs in order to grow.
Newman recently identified 3 new variants in Texas, one, he says, with the potential to be much more transmissible and resistant to antibodies. Also tonight, a study finds pregnant women who contract COVID have higher rates of complications, including preterm births. This, as the CDC says, the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are safe for pregnant women, according to an early study. And Janet joins us now. I understand the State Department has now issued a do not travel warning for more than 100 countries. What do we know about that?
Or that's up from roughly 30 countries just a week ago. Now more than 80% of the world's countries. And it includes India, which today has a new global one-day record for cases. The healthcare system there is overwhelmed. They're experiencing a shortage of both hospital beds and oxygen.
Nora? Global travel still risky. All right, Janet Shanley, thank you. And we want to take you now to Minnesota for an eye-opening interview with Lisa Christensen, one of the alternate jurors from Derek Chauvin's murder trial. CBS's Jamie Yukas asked her what tipped the scale toward conviction in the death of George Floyd.
Would you have decided any differently than this jury did?
I felt he was guilty.
Why did you think he was guilty?
I just felt like the prosecution made a really good, strong argument. Martin Tobin. Dr. Tobin was the one that really did it for me. He explained everything. I understood it down to where he said this is the moment that he lost his life. It really got to me. That's the moment the life was out of his body. And I felt like all the doctors pretty much supported each other.
What about the defense's medical expert who then brought in carbon monoxide poisoning as a potential cause of death?
I thought that was a little far-fetched. At that point, I feel like they were just trying to throw everything out there and see whatever stuck to the wall.
So it wasn't convincing to you?
Not at all.
Oh my gosh, you feel these.
Lisa Christensen took copious notes, 2 notepads full.
We were just trying to make sure that we got the facts because there was a lot of experts to try to keep track of. We're trying to be thorough, I believe.
She was also surprised by Chauvin's size. He weighed 140 pounds.
So we had locked eyes quite a few times. He would be writing stuff, I'd be writing stuff, and we happened to look up at the same time and lock eyes, so it made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Christensen says she took the judge's instructions to not watch the news seriously. But some headlines were unavoidable.
How aware were you and the other jurors about Dante Wright being killed?
I was very aware of it because I live in Brooklyn Center, 6.5 blocks away from the police department. Every night, we had helicopters flying over my house till 1, 2 in the morning, so I could hear that.
And thoughts of the unrest last summer loomed large in her mind.
For me, I was more worried about it if he wasn't found guilty, that would happen.
On any of the charges?
On any of the charges, yes. Or if he got lower, like manslaughter. I feel like a certain group of people would have been upset. And then maybe we'd have to relive that whole rioting thing all over again.
Was it in the back of your mind that manslaughter, if it was just that charge, would not play well?
Yes, absolutely.
And Jamie Yukas joins us now. And so, Jamie, did Lisa say what the jurors would talk about during court breaks?
It was really interesting. Lisa wanted us to know that even though she was not in the deliberation room, that the jury took this case very, very seriously. They never discussed the case on break. They're not supposed to, but they only would talk about mundane things like the weather and what was coming up for lunch. Nora?
All right, Jamie Lucas, thank you. Well, the Twin Cities have experienced a full range of emotions in a week that saw Derek Chauvin convicted of murdering George Floyd, and today, the funeral of Dante Wright, killed by an officer's gun. CBS's Jeff Begaze reports from Minneapolis.
Was so happy and so proud. And he always said he couldn't wait to make his son proud.
Dante Wright's mother called him a ray of light.
When he walked in the room, he lit up the room. Oh, yes.
Freedom over me. Hundreds of people attacked Shiloh Temple International Ministries of Minneapolis to remember the 20-year-old who was shot and killed by an officer last week. He was a prince, and all of Minneapolis has stopped today to honor the Prince of Brooklyn Center. Wright was stopped for an expired tag and found to have an outstanding misdemeanor warrant. When former officer Kim Potter jumped in to assist in the arrest, she grabbed her gun instead of her taser, firing a fatal shot. Wright's killing sparked days of protests and clashes with police. Potter has been charged with second-degree manslaughter, and he's awaiting trial. At this Brooklyn Center salon, less than 2 miles from where Wright died, co-owner Reese Bonaparte says it's hard to shake what she has seen on tape. She fears for her safety and that of her teenage son. Do you think of him when you saw Dante Wright?
Yeah, I think of him when I see Dante Wright, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, all of them. It's devastating. It's scary. I'm scared for myself.
Wright's memorial here on this Brooklyn Center sidewalk appears to be growing by the minute. Today, the governor of Minnesota called for a moment of silence and meaningful change to fight systemic racism. Laura.
Jeff Begaze, thank you. Tonight, the gunman accused of killing 10 people, including a police officer at a supermarket in Boulder, Colorado, is facing 43 new criminal charges. In addition to 10 murder charges, 22-year-old Ahmad Alisa now faces dozens of counts of attempted murder, plus assault, and 10 counts of using a prohibited large-capacity magazine while committing a crime. And in what may have been the most powerful Zoom call ever, President Biden marked Earth Day today by hosting a virtual conference on the world's climate and making a bold vow to cut carbon emissions. The president said that the cost of inaction keeps mounting. But the question is, will other nations follow his lead? CBS's Nancy Torres reports from the White House.
Good. ¿Qué? ¿Tú no vas? ¿Qué? Agua, como President Ford, McDonald's, Walnuts, It's the decisive decade.
The president met with 40 world leaders today without ever leaving the East. Mr. Biden came armed with an ambitious pledge to cut U.S. greenhouse emissions in half by the end of this decade.
Those of us who represent the world's largest economies, we have to step up.
To reach that goal, the U.S. would need to cut fossil fuel use in every sector of the economy. How can you realistically make this pledge to the rest of the world where there's no guarantee that Republicans will get on board with your plan once you release it?